we forget, you know, that the person that cared for us as a child, and then we get older, and they get older. Well, who's there to look after, you know, them? It was pretty hard because, I don't know, dementia does something to your physical being as well. Like, my dad aged, it seemed like overnight. And I'm sure it was difficult for her as well when she had to make the decision to have my dad put in a nursing home as well. He wanted to enjoy his retirement too. He was around his mid-80s when he passed away. It used to be so hard when he was in a nursing home in Gore Bay, and I'd feel just this incredible sadness leaving him behind in the nursing home, because it's lonely. It's not really a happy place for anybody. I'm not sure what the suggestions or ideas behind having a home for those that are going through the dementia stage or the early stages of dementia, other than, you know, more keeping them occupied, keeping them, you know, because my mom used to knit all the time. You know, she'd be making everybody socks. Full socks at Christmas. I remember the one story my dad did share was when the war was over. He said he remembers everybody was transferred into Holland, and the community, there was nothing but beautiful tulips. Everywhere he looked, it just, from where he came from, it wasn't very nice. But to come walking into something where there was tulips everywhere and beauty, he loved the tulips, and that's where his love of tulips came from. You know, like, he'd remember the Remembrance Day and what it meant to him. He'd always be handing out the poppies and taking them to the stores, picking up the poppies after Remembrance Day. That was he enjoyed doing that. To this day, one of my older sisters, she still takes on the task of taking the poppies to the stores and collecting the poppies, you know, after Remembrance Day. Mostly in honor of my dad, you know. Dementia affects not just the person, but the family, you know, the family dynamics. It's not something you can comprehend, you know. We'll say it takes a community to raise a child, you know, but what about our elders, you know? It still takes a community, you know, to look after our loved ones, you know, make sure they're content, they're happy, you know, that they have that fulfillment that they need, you know, in their retirement. With my mother, you know, when she started feeling the dementia, she got older. It was slow. It was slow. It wasn't something where you noticed it overnight, but you'd notice that, you know, you'd walk in and the stove would be on, and you'd say, "Mom, the stove's on." "Oh, I was making tea." You know, she'd always have some rationale to something, eh? I worked in estates at the time, so we did a lot of heirs agreements, like, you know, to when a person is in the family was assigned to be the administrator for the estate. I said, well, you know what, we could do the same idea and get all our family members to sign and agree that, you know, that, because we couldn't find her power of attorney papers. We knew she had them, we just couldn't find them. We went through, you know, all her papers to try and find them at the time. And the decision came to put her in a nursing home. We decided to do the heirs agreement between all the family members.
Like when you were talking about, you said it a couple of times that, you know, we have our parents who've raised us, and you see them and are part of them in a certain way as a child. And then that gets changed and your parents look it's almost like you are then caring for your parents as your parents cared for you in childhood, and that transition, I think, that happens, and the what happens in a family when all of a sudden the person that you've looked to as a mother is now different, but not. You're still looking at your mother, but you've switched that role somewhat, and the struggle that would be, and how hard that would be to do. In a way, hand over this person to someone else or some other system to take care of, and what does that mean as an individual who was raised with the responsibility of caring for their families, and you have to hand that person over. Those are really important questions when you're talking within the family, whether it's brothers, sisters, aunties, cousins, all of the people that are involved in your family, to be involved and engaged with the decisions that are made.
Yeah.
So miigwech for that.
I think the best decision we had made for her was to keep her in the nursing home, because no one was available to kind of do the 24/7 care for her at home. Even though that's the comfort, she felt was in her own home. So when any of my other family members would go visit her, she'd always remember, oh, I'm cooking Easter, Easter dinner, I'm going to make a big turkey. You got to come and eat. That, and to this day, she still says that.
Gaki detskwa miga what do you call that? Broken heart. Mitt vart matokoma var Victoria. Ken makna hapchu igena. Wijiba khoe. Hapchu Bashenda manden nishnabe manga. Mi humanda mishevia. Head injury. Recognition polak. 1987. No, 94. My daughter was born that year. I was in a coma for nishten shin shotid. Misha ishkotia. Mi ule mati ati tiangin endem. Misha gimme betokun yawe. Misha napt sakimigishina. Napchos nagat koindema keu nanu mekna abschreibak. Shaji abschreibak makoinda. Ashu mignot apcho jingendan abschreibzia. Mina uichaun makoindan. Mama mshkikit nikwe bebayat nikwe chma enwe oshme jimenend ma yewo keno yewo mandana eshkum nekchipitya mina mandaga shobitya ninen matsikna no shek.
Yeah, so this is a question that we're increasingly asked as we're going into your communities to look at risk factors for developing dementia as you get older. And we do know that head injuries do increase your risk of developing dementia, but it's not just that it's going to absolutely happen for everybody. I think those are some of the kinds of things that are going to help you with your memories, is that real connection to your family and your grandchildren are going to help you over time to avoid what people are at increased risk of having as they get older.
Gitarren så arrepia. Ja, en neomati man schreibt mina habe schreibt. Лишь не чекана. Апчо кингуя. Малежне хал неквок. Но кокдон сэнди лапанан. Ауэ унапласно. Ауэ ви ханги пайнтини. Кокдонс. Гитам неквевио. Мишо Mira, niște bonuși, niște și ne bon acum nicoa. Mișo, apțu mami coinde mai. Apășe că dacă e nicoe. Mina, așa, de mati, ui ședite, apășe de tia. Gitsin de mango omagona no shake. Mirajin na nanyat.
Now he has 5 of them.
And more to come. This option we call Makondan Misa Shedia Kino Wondonendan Nian Nanome Nanome me question the ma me question the ma walk it down me what on either near Makondan Church Horse over Shevak. Me with the just jingen dan schreibte man da so en danischen knoe pontappe nekwet mige ne o lengi me kwete no ne tam kwechek no no osmeljem
It's probably even a bigger risk factor than head trauma is. We see dementia a lot earlier in life in people who've been drinking alcohol. It's a poison to the brain, basically. Drinking in sort of moderation is not a problem, but when you are drinking a lot of alcohol, and especially a lot at one time, it's that much of a poison to the brain.
I try to go to the high school and do a reading. They can ask questions or whatever after that. I did it before, just reminding kids not to drink. Which is pretty good. Misa apcho gitsin the mongo. Bekhala mia mina monpi bishani bidwad the mamanda. Nin the mouth with me kinoing go nege Bim kwendan apışay knakwa. Aptışın naudunda ninda mountain. Gawa pajego gekitamba mignawete. Bekana da miyok nunga hiçkini gidecek. Mişim miyogino mişöd saatne magaşöd ziyana.
My name is Bernadette. I'm the Amicwook adult day worker. I work here at the Amicwook Senior Center, and I arrange programs. We recently had a five-week series on dementia, early warning signs, the stages, and prevention, and what we can do to help our people. The McCook Senior Center offers different programs throughout the week, and I find it's really good when we have a routine that happens so that the elders know when a program is actually happening. Like on Thursdays and Fridays, we usually have quilting. On Wednesdays, they know that we have exercise in the morning, 9 a.m., and plus they have it on Fridays. We also have the VON come in. We also, on Tuesdays, we have the Wakimakong Heritage Organization come in, and they usually do language with the WHO. We also have different programs that run throughout the week. We have Meals on Wheels, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So there are different programs that they can take part in, socialize and nutrition and whatnot.
Kenashoya had their space, their gave madvet kokomese og de ja mamma kitsi kenosanda. Himsoette manda wigom. Kada shoi de pitch tasi manda de nend moin wi ktemum gagna ktemum gatnan godong de nend moin when I koi yasse kon bochat mi when nend mausuin. Aber de queen on dan koi ekadat kidwinan. The voices, the sound, when you hear them every day, that you don't give dementia the time to move in on your mind.
But they only did go to the house, so we can get caught. Get your pizza, so like it.
Yeah.
You know, basically, I'm in the then one we can go dogs.
Yeah, you go call Quejamin.
We can go dogs. Yeah, Miss Ejebak.
Oh, get the sham, even a machang. Now, Sakwin on my Wadachkin running away in the shop. Me, we now get Nendang or danger shot in Chicago. Me and dementia.
Chicken in Donna. I see what and Darcy. The stone or was a young deconnection, Bessie Dogna. Me, we have no Niconeno, nom the Gnome Jiggy. Don't watch another no. We got about Tangina, my Osnago. Me, we know they what. And then I get you come in the object of the new year, there's no doctor key any me when the Tiambo.
Naglang Victor Rosana. We used to check Nendan, we win the bota, which the bot said Zaidik.
Not good one, don't know on the Kinona. Because against we will congi or get on now and get on make straight when you know not to know. You spend go skit over when we that may go to that quit talk now. Morning I was checking on but the end of now. My picture was communicative picture. Oh, I meet the wasn't camp, even against the business now then. Give me the
Kicking on Mago, Kashemi Ushegi now. Monday not a machine. My wig wouldn't teeth. Oh, not a modern now. He shall go the way. The pop McNake again now. You wish I give it to go up with the keep it on to walk with. You know what you get. Can we get good? Keep it cooking going now, because we don't have the IT done. Can we good television? Don't the mom done now. Me get the net mutton now at the Shamgok now. Some butty in our mind cannot handle all that. Kino na ne pita sina. Eskini get you to nominals and the nominals now. Kashuga sto seni sibi naganet. Maget kaya with no ke test no chibin against sepoyena. Me mantige gina ganta me kamang keep it going. Kiana we had our chores to do and that kept our mind active.
They boy come over road, I cut the charge echo can magna. Ekuken magnagenina, not one who yet to the national Kijiba Koyoke. No voice no, they was on Yanni gun be there. Maga when I speak what boom with me get to do. We were not put him at no speak what boom with. We went push we went test only went push we want to keep now. God can one get him on medium naked not one attack at now, which is not no go car. Man, that didn't know they show you.
My experience happened in 2005 when we noticed our mom doing things that she shouldn't be doing. And we took her to a doctor, and doctor diagnosed her with dementia. Yeah. it was hard on us, like just to see her doing things. Yeah, then it got worse. It progressed real fast. Yeah. And after she didn't know who we were, we kept looking at her eye to eye, like just telling her who we were. She would just look at us, which was really hard on us. But we helped each other. I have 2 sisters and 1 brother, so we did take care of my mom. That is really hard for anybody to have a family member with dementia. Like I would change her and, you know, get her ready for bed. And there'd be times where she would, you know, just look at me and then start just hitting, but yeah, that was hard. But every time I put her to bed, I'd give her a kiss before I go back home. Yeah, she passed away October 14th, 2006, right after my birthday. So I think about her all the time on my birthday.
I made sure they were sleeping before I went to sleep, eh? I was kind of glad that they went into the nursing home after, because there'd be always somebody there to watch them in case they fall, not to burn down the house or whatever. I learned to have patience with them, eh? Because she kept on repeating herself most of the time. Then I said, you just told me that. Well, that's the first time I noticed. She told me about 5 times, and I said, like I was wondering what was wrong with her. You just told me that. Then she started crying. Then I felt sorry, and I said, okay. So I learned not to. I agree with her all the time. It was hard, but I dealt with it. So.
You have to have patience, you have to have love. Yeah, which I had. I had a lot of patience. Yeah.
Let's say for yourself, how would you address or help out an individual that has dementia? How would you do it?
Just try and help that person, and hopefully the person will understand that he or she has that dementia. Once we know that he or she may have dementia, is to address it to the appropriate medical authorities, so that they can come and address it and see how they can cope with it from there on. Talk to that person, and maybe have a medical professional sit with you and talk to that person, tell him that he may have that, and let him know that we're going to try and help him as much as we can.
One thing I feel is that the general public need to know more about it to understand. They've touched, I guess, in different areas about it, and I guess this project is one of the leading educational projects towards learning about it. There's a lot to learn. There's different types of dementia, and find that you need to have certain skills to deal with these people, and there's all types of different skills, you know, to learn in dementia care. So
what type of strategies would you recommend in terms of communication?
To be a little bit more clear, because remembering that you have to get into their world. So if they're talking about being at a mall right now, because they might be thinking they're in a mall, or that they're at somebody's house, a specific person's house, then you have to get into their world and talk like it's that you're at a mall. That's their reality. It's as real to them as our world is to us. Reminiscing, because they will remember things 40 years ago, but they won't remember yesterday. So when you're talking with them, you know, like encouraging those memories and things. Music is also excellent, because it's a different part of the brain. It seems to be to kind of wake them up. So I myself play music here locally in nursing homes and that, and I enjoy doing it. So also pet therapy works really well. I don't know what it is. It's a different part of the brain possibly, but they love pets, you know. I'm not an expert or anything, but from what I see. And just people understanding, knowing what it's all about and how different each person will be. There's certain symptoms that are like textbook, but each person is very individual, so they have to be kind of, paying attention to that one person. You can handle Joe one way, but Fred over here is going to be a different way. So,
What kind of recommendations would you have for the importance of carers and caregivers who are caring for a family member with dementia?
If they're going to be a caregiver, they have to realize that the safety of the person, that they have a responsibility. Like, I'm surprised actually that caregivers aren't, given kind of a breakdown and a course, because they're responsible, like, for that person's safety. And if they can no longer do that caregiving role, then they should look at nursing homes. So I think interaction and would help with dementia, and just activities, like being involved, being some people I've seen that were doing a job previously. Maybe they were a manager, and they'll hang around the nurses station pretending they're doing a job, so they feel comfortable doing a task. So creating a task for individuals, it gives them purpose, because we all need purpose to live, right? So I feel that that's important too. I just feel we need to include them in the community. Mm-hmm. So when we're having events and that around town, to include the nursing home, how can we tie in the event, and always make sure that we're including them and not leaving them out. So they shouldn't be forgotten. They deserve that respect, so.
My name is Shireen. I am a registered nurse, director of care here at the Wiki Nursing Home. We have a few residents that has Alzheimer's disease, dementia, and as you know or may not know, dementia is not a disease of itself, but it is a collection of diseases that affects your speech, well, basically your language. The biggest thing is memory. They get very forgetful. And that is, I would say, the first sign that the relatives would notice about them, that they keep forgetting, and then they would, oh, did I eat lunch yet? Did I eat lunch yet? Did I eat lunch yet?
In the terms of communication strategies, it's important that you communicate with the resident and be present in their reality. Dementia is not their choice. You need to work with them from their frame of mind. Examples: going to make cookies tonight, or they are expecting somebody that isn't actually going to show up. Redirection is important to get them out of their repetitive loops. For an example, somebody says, I'm waiting for my husband. Sure, how about we go get freshened up? Let's go play a game while we wait for them.
If a resident comes up to you and say, oh, I have to go to school, or I have to go see my mom, you cannot come out and say, don't you remember Mrs. Smith, your mom died 30 years ago? Because they're not, in today's right now timing. They're thinking 30 years ago, or 20 years ago, or 10 years ago. When you bring reality to them, they get very, very upset.
It's better to just support the conversation rather than thinking that they have to say the right thing, or to have patience as the stories are told over and over again, and not correcting them in the middle in terms of events that have happened recently.
Living their time, living in their world right now.
People who are very busy have no time for dementia. And this is really to say that the things that you can do to keep your body and mind active and engaging in your community is the best way for preventing dementia. Risk factors happen as you get older, but there's lots of things that you can do to slow down the progression. So I think those are most of the things that I have learned through watching the videos that we have done so far, and really being excited because communities have come forward with wanting to be involved in these projects. And I think the only way that dementia care is going to improve for Indigenous people is to support communities to figure out how you do this on a community by community basis.
They shouldn't be forgotten. They deserve that respect, you know, so.
They have lots of knowledge, and it's just sitting over there in the nursing homes.
Get your pizza. We've got dogs. This is what I'm watching now. You're going to wicked up.
Yeah.
Singing down now, me watch it.
Yeah.